Hi, I'm Aini and I will start this video presentation with explaining the process of organizing. The process of organizing consists of two, the differentiation and the integration. The differentiation means the division of work into smaller units and it will assign according to the individual skills and ability. While the integration refers to coordination of different activities toward a common goal. The first process of organizing is identify the mission, vision, objective and goals of the organization. The manager needs to consider several factors when organizing the organization, including the organization goals, strategic plan for pursuing those goals, and the capability of the organization to executing the goals. Second, determine the tasks, duties, responsibilities, and also the division of activities. The manager needs to make decisions effectively through the art of delegation of authority or empowerment. Third, departmentalization, which means the grouping of activities and people into departments that will make it possible to expand the organization performance. The manager needs to focus in grouping of organizational members according to their expertise, specialization, or skills. Number 4, coordinating resources. The manager needs to be able to coordinate organizational resources and ensure that resources are effectively utilized. When doing organizing, it is really important to be able to figure out what resources are required and coordinate or organize them in the best way. The last one, monitoring and feedback. The manager needs to monitor the process in order to ensure that the organization is adapt to environmental and technological changes that are occur and heading toward its goals. So, as you can see, there are 5 processes of organizing which are identify mission and vision, determine tasks and duties, departmentalization, coordinating resources, and monitoring and feedback.
Hi, my name is Linda. Today I would like to talk about type of organization. There are several types of organization which are functional structure, divisional structure, geographical structure, network structure, and matrix structure. First, functional structure. Functional structure is the members of the organization are grouped according to a specialized or similar set of roles or tasks. Second is the divisional structure. It's a problem focus, which are members of the organization are grouped on the basis of product, process, and customer. Third, geographical structure. Geographical structure is a group related work activities according to area that are served by a business. Next, matrix structure. Matrix structure is a structure in which the tasks of the organization are grouped along 2 organizational dimensions. And lastly, a network structure is based on social network, which is help visualize both internal and external relationship between manager and top level management.
Hello, my name is Sazlin, and I would like to talk about span of control. Span of control, also known as span of management. Span of control can be defined as a number of subordinates or employees that is managed by a manager. Span of control refers to the number of subordinates who reports directly to a manager. There are 2 types of span of control, which are narrow span of control and wide span of control. Narrow span of control or management. Narrow span of control means a manager supervise only a few workers. This gives a rise to a tall organizational structure. Secondly, wide span of control or management. Wide span of control requires a manager to supervise a larger group of employees compared to a narrow span of control, will result in a flat organizational structure to a wide span. There's an advantage or disadvantage of narrow span of control. We start with advantage. The advantage of narrow span of control is close supervision. Employees typically appreciate the chance to provide feedback to their manager. Second, rapid communication between subordinates and superiors. Disadvantage for narrow span of control is high cost, because narrow spans lead to many levels in the organization and this required a larger number of managers. Secondly, excessive distance between the lowest and the top level. Tall organization with many layers of management means less efficient communication upward and less interest communication downward. Advantage for wide span of control is a wide span of control is less expensive because the business employs fewer managers. Second, the communication chain is shorter and it is free from hierarchical control. For disadvantage, wide span of control is burdening of manager supervision to many people by a single manager. The span of control depends on several factors. First, complexity of tasks are assigned to subordinates. Second, similar tasks are performed repeatedly. Then, authority and responsibility. Authority is the formal right inherent in an organizational position to make a decision. There are two types of authority, which are formal authority and informal authority. What is formal authority? Formal authority is authority inherent in organizational position, while informational authority is ability to influence others that is based on personal characteristic skill. Responsibility. Responsibility is the obligation to perform the duties.
Assalamualaikum. Okay, today I will present about delegation. Delegation is referring to the process of transferring the authority to others for the specific task in organization to accomplish the task effectively. The authority of delegate is from manager to their subordinates. Delegating authority is important to complete the task that is complicated in the organization. Next, in delegation, there have 5 important steps. First, decide which goals or tasks to delegate. Second, make assignments. Third, grant authority. Fourth, hold responsible or accountable. And fifth is monitor. First step of delegation is decide which goals or tasks to delegate. In this step is about to decide the tasks or goals to delegate. It can be complex. This is to teach subordinate in department about the organization mission and looking for someone who is capable in the organization. Through this, it is also can teach and train someone in organization to be more responsible in order to complete their assignment in the department. In second step is about make assignment. The subordinate should understand and clear about the task, mission and goals that been transferred by manager. The manager must limit any acceptable results if it is a limit to produce something. Both of manager and subordinate should agree on the results that might be helpful and can be outcome successful. In third step is about grant authority. In order to complete the work that has been given, manager should give the subordinates the authority to make it successful. To decide and commit resource, the subordinates must have a formal right from manager and make the granting authority in public can help the authority clearer. In fourth step is about hold responsible or can be called accountable. The managers should check the progress of their subordinates in completing the tasks that have been given to assume their responsibility. Managers also should make sure the subordinates doing the right things to help them achieve the goals and the mission of organization. And the last step is monitor.
The monitors and feedback that were established in step 2. That is mean not only subordinate will be watching the progressing but also the manager. It is also the feedback probably include the manager and subordinates that will watch together. They should ensure that monitoring and feedback are effective. Delegation have their own benefit. First is commit the empowerment workforce. Second is better decision making. Third is employee development, and lastly, and increase the accomplishment. Commit and empowerment workforce is empowerment is that the individuals have the power to make a better decision for organization. This is also can lead to improve the customer service and commitment from the employees. It is can be produce high productivity and quality for the greater customer service from employees. Better decision making is the response time can be improved due to the information and decision making do not need to pass up and down in the hierarchy. Delegating decisions or activities to subordinates from the lower hierarchy in the organization can also lead to a good decision making. Employee development. Managers should provide the opportunity for the subordinates to develop them in problem-solving skills. It is also from delegating tasks and decision-making responsibility that have been given to subordinates. And lastly, an increase in accomplishment. The manager can use their subordinates' time to accomplish more complicated tasks that can lead to more creative and productive results. Subordinates can share their own idea and information in order to help managers complete the task. Are the reasons for failing to delegate. First, planning takes time. Second, lack of confidence. Third, experience to accountability. And fourth, insecure about the value. This is the often reasons that have been used in order to complete the task, but some of the tasks may make sense. This will make the decision in an is not appropriate. All the people like to take easy on their task or assignment and complete it during the time. Excuse for retaining the task rather than to delegate it. People like to make excuse for returning the task rather than to delegate it. Lack of confidence. The manager may lack of confidence in their subordinates' abilities, and it is difficult to overcome when the manager feels pressure. Managers should take responsibility in order to train the subordinate and help them to develop how to handle the authority that has been given. Experience dual accountability. Managers should accountable on their own actions and subordinates' actions. If the subordinate fails to perform in the task, the manager must take responsibility on their subordinates' failure. Insecure about the value. Delegating may be refrained from managers because they're insecure about their value to the organization and refuse to share information to complete the task. So, from this feeling, the managers do not want to share their information that necessary to their subordinate to complete the task. The last topic in delegation is learning to delegate effectively. Managers can improve their subordinates and organization performs. They should apply the basic principles of delegation. Principle 1. Match the employees to the task. Managers must carefully to whom they delegate. The managers must delegate the tasks that challenging to the employees, but they can complete the task successfully. It to assume the employees about their responsibility for more challenging tasks or organization in the future that they will help. Principle 2. Be organized and communicate clearly. If the delegation failed, that can be considered as poor communication or poor organization. It when either managers or employees that do not understand what is expected and the result of delegation process are failed. The managers and employees should clearly understand what the needs that to be done and deadlines exist and special skill that required. Principle 3 is transfer authority and accountability with the task. The managers should give the employees the task and expect them to carry it and let them do it. The delegation is failed because of the individual that should have been given the task has not authority to accomplish it and it has no results. And last principle is principle 4. Choose the level of delegation carefully. In delegation, the managers also have a task and maintain the process and the results of the delegated activities. It is depending on the confidence of the managers that they have in the subordinate. That's all for me. Thank you.